Hey guys, I know it's been kind of a while. I've been trying to make a video every week, but sometimes it's a little hard. I'm going to try to record one like every Saturday and then edit it and get it up sometime during the week, so we'll see how that goes. So my dad is downstairs listening to church music. I don't know why, I guess he's just in the Christmas spirit. Okay, a lot of you who've seen my other channel know that I'm totally down with Jesus. And, well, my family is Christian, I'm pagan, and I'm okay with Jesus. We're cool. I'm not one of those pagans that's like, grr, Christians! Because I find that very counterproductive. So I'll go to church with my parents and whatever. It doesn't really bother me that much. It only really bothers me when people are really trying to force me to believe what I don't believe. That's the only thing that really bothers me, or street corner Christians that yell that I'm going to hell because I'm sinning and I'm part of the sinning generation. So I kind of like church music, but you can only listen to different versions of Ave Maria over and over again before you just want to. So anyway, I said that I was going to try to upload some of my older videos, and a lot of those older videos that I want to upload are some of my tarot videos. And since a lot of my really old introductions to tarot cards really just need to be remade, I figured that I might as well make sort of an introduction. Now, tarot cards are kind of my thing. I know a few different pagans and people who practice New Age things. Sometimes if they practice divination, they have a form of divination that's near and dear to their heart, whether it be runes, or casting bones, or tarot cards. Given that my great-great-aunt read tea leaves for people, it kind of makes sense to me that it would come very naturally to me, and it's something that I'm fairly good at. Before you get all like, tarot cards are from the devil and you don't know what you're messing with, I just kind of figured I'd make an introduction to kind of explain how I see tarot cards. It's kind of the same conversation I've had with one of my really cool Jewish friends who we had a conversation about tarot cards, and she's like, you know, I'd really like to have my cards read by you. I think that'd be kind of neat, because I explained to her how I see tarot cards and what makes sense to me logically, and kind of broke away all the stereotypes of how people see tarot cards, and she was cool with it, because she's like, yeah, that makes sense to me too. One of the first things I tell people about learning how to read tarot cards, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is that a lot of people tend to think, stereotypically, that when you get your cards read and have your future foretold, that the future that's in the cards is exactly the way it's going to be, and it's totally written in stone, and nothing can change that. And that is bullshit. If somebody tells you that this is totally how it's going to be, and blah 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 blah, they are a liar. It's not true. Basically, the way I see destiny and the future is kind of like this. I kind of feel like certain things are destined to happen. We're destined to be with certain people. We're destined to have certain things happen in our life. But the thing is that kind of depends on what path we choose to take there, and it's kind of like we have many different choices that we could choose, and many decisions we can make. So it kind of ends up being like a whole network of just lines, and then sometimes they converge at a certain point when you're destined for something to happen. And then it kind of goes back out, because there's just so many choices, there's infinite possibilities. I'm also a huge Back to the Future nerd, so I totally and completely believe in the statement at the end of Back to the Future 3, which is, your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. So make it a good one. And that really resonates with me, like, a lot. So that's it. Your future has not been written. Simple as that. Also, it doesn't really help that most of the time, people's ideas of tarot card readers are something like this. Hello, I'm Miss Cleo, and I am both a horrible example of what a tarot card reader is really like and an atrocious stereotype of Jamaican people. Look at my cards. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I've established that all tarot card readers are not like that, and I've established that your future is what you make it to be. It's not always in the cards. So now your question is probably, okay, where does the power come from in the tarot cards then, and what does it mean? If you're into science at all, you understand that the world is kind of made up of energy. There's a lot of energy always just around us. Everything around us needs energy, gives off energy. It's all energy. That's basically what a lot of pagans believe, is that they use energy from different places to get things done. When it comes to us as human beings, it's no different. We all give off energy, and some of us are just more sensitive to it than others, even though I believe that a lot of us can actually sense when somebody's really angry, like on the train, you can pretty much tell. You'd sit next to that person, and you'd be like, wow, this person seems really angry. Whether it's their body language, or just something doesn't feel right. Just like when somebody's really has a secret, and they're really bubbled up and happy about something, you can also feel that. It's the same thing. It's the energy they give off. And then there are people in our lives that just are always negative, and I am really guilty of cutting those people out of my life, but a lot of us can tell when somebody's really, really negative and a negative influence in our life, and always negative. So a lot of us can actually tell when somebody's giving off a certain type of energy. As a tarot reader, I kind of feel like it's my job to take that person's energy and kind of convert it into a sense of something that I can read and something that I can kind of interpret and tell them, okay, well, based on the energy that you're giving me, this is kind of where I feel you're going, and what is kind of going to happen if you keep doing what you're doing. So it's not really telling somebody's future, but it's kind of saying, hey, you're going in this direction. You have a relationship in your life that's not really going so well, and if you keep going in this direction the way you're going, it's going to end really badly. But I might get a card that says, hey, this card says that there's some communication issues, and if you communicate better with that person, chances are you'll have a better relationship, and then the outcome of that could be X. This is, you'll better your relationship and things will be longer lasting and happier for you. Of course, this all depends on the spreads that a tarot card reader is using, but that's generally the gist that I have, is it's kind of showing you where you're going. And it's me taking the energy that somebody gives off and kind of using that to kind of push that into my cards and be able to tell. So the cards for me are like a tool. It's basically like going to a therapist and saying, hey, I'm having an issue with blah blah blah, and based on their training, they can tell you, well, most people do this, or you should probably do this, or whatever they're going to tell you to do, or how to cope with a certain issue. But the only thing is that I'm doing it the New Age way. The reason why people don't really believe in tarot cards or don't like them is because most scientists wouldn't believe that a person could read somebody's energy, put it into a form that's, cards, and say, oh, okay, based on your energy and how the cards are helping me interpret this, this is your situation, this is where you're going, this is probably what you should do, and if you keep on going the way you're going, your life is going to be crap. But that's the way I see it. It's not the devil in my cards. The cards sometimes do have a mind of their own, but It's probably just the energy that they give off and how many people's energy are in them, and that's why I have to kind of cleanse them every once in a while with like quartz or leaving them in the moonlight or the sunlight or something like that. But yeah, it's basically my entire... That's how I read tarot cards. That's what I believe. I don't believe that it's some supernatural power. I think it's very logical to me that it would just be that there's energy in this universe that we all give off, and we have the ability to kind of channel it. Some people might think I'm crazy about that, but I think that logically makes sense to me, since energy is actually a thing. I hope that helped any of you. I hope that made sense to you. Sometimes I kind of ramble on and I don't know if people really get me, so if you got me and understood that, please let me know. I seem to have explained it better to my friend when I was talking to her, but that is kind of what I was trying to get across. I hope it makes you feel kind of a little bit better about tarot cards and tarot card readers. I also personally wouldn't charge to give a tarot reading. I know some people do, but I don't like to say that I'm a psychic because I don't think that's what I'm doing. And I actually have read tarot cards at an event for people, and I just had a tip jar because I just don't believe in like being like, yeah, so give me 20 bucks and I'll read your cards, because it doesn't sit right with me. If you have a personal gift, I kind of feel a little weird about charging about it. That's just me. I mean, unless like somebody was having me come in to read tarot cards and they paid me to read people's cards, like, that would be different. But yeah. Okay, so I would like to upload some of my older videos about what I think the cards mean to me. They're on my old netbook, which has a virus and is kind of running kind of crappy. So hopefully I can get them off my computer and be able to put them on this YouTube channel. We shall see. If not, I'll just remake them. I suddenly sound like Miss Cleo. So, that was my video. I hope you found it very entertaining, and you come back some other time, maybe I'll read your cards.